What's up, everybody? You tapped into the Purple Pocket Podcast, and it's your boy R.A.P. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Dave had a debate, man. This morning, man. First of all, man, shout out my boy Dave, man. He did a video dedicated to me, you know what I'm saying, about Kirk Cousins, man. And in his last video, man, y'all make sure y'all go check that out. I'm gonna leave it down in the description because that's my boy, and I want to see my boy do his thing. And so I just have to do a response video, right? So me and Dave were texting, right? And me and him, first of all, shout out to Kirk Cousins because this is how me and Dave came together. All right, this is gonna be the backstory of how Skull Live came about. So me and Dave came together like this. I did a video saying, does Kirk Cousins take any of the blame? Does he ever have to take the blame, right? Because the thing is this, man, the track record is this. Yes, we might have had the worst defense, might have had the worst running game, this, that, and so on and so forth, right? But the thing is, I always ask, like, okay, if it's never Kirk Cousins, right? If Kirk Cousins is just always perfect, let's just say he's the best quarterback, right? We'll just talk as if he's the best quarterback ever. But yet, when it comes to games that we need, this is the main thing. When it comes to games that we need, the big games, man, the games we have to win that will solidify us and even consist of games that, you know, can give us the momentum going into the playoffs or just the momentum to get us on that streak. When it comes down to those games, no, those are the games that he crumbles under pressure, right? Now, I don't know how the rest of Vikings fans feel. I do know how a lot of us feel, actually, because, you know, I do my research, man, and I listen to the people. You know, I listen to the people, man. And yes, you have a lot of Vikings fans that absolutely love Kirk and that absolutely are telling the truth when they say, hey, you know, it was the defense last year. I agree. Last year, the defense was horrible. There was no way that we were going to be able to make anything happen. Even if we would have made the playoffs, that defense would have let us down, you know, at some point. You know what I'm saying? We would have been pissed off regardless. We just happened to get pissed off earlier. We didn't have to go through the pain of making the playoffs and getting disappointed. We just ended it early. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this with Kirk Cousins, man. I just look at Kirk Cousins like he's been in the league going on his 10th year, right? He played for Washington. We can go back and we can look at Washington. We can say, oh, well, Washington had the worst offensive line as well. Washington had the worst running game as well. You know, oh, rest in peace to our offensive line coach. That was a bad thing. He had 5 different offensive coordinators having to learn the system. And it's just not panning out, man. You know, it could be just Kirk Cousins is having the worst of luck, right? But this is how I break it down. I look at the Kirk situation like this. Is he great? Absolutely not. And nobody in the universe is going to think that he's great, right? Is he good? Yes. You got some people who think he's good. You got some people who think he's a step below good, like he's just one of those game managers. I'm trying to tell Dave, right? This is my thing that I'm trying to push. I'm saying that this year, Kirk Cousins possibly can win the MVP, right? And this is why I say that, because it's all about a system, right? So if a system is put in place for a certain type of quarterback like Kirk Cousins, he can flourish. He can play to his best ability, right? Kirk Cousins is a type of quarterback where it's simple as this. You will not win because of him, but you can win. You know, you can't win because of Kirk Cousins. Like, Kirk Cousins will not be the reason you win. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. He's just not that quarterback, that elite level quarterback where, you know, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Justin Herbert's in the conversation, even though he really hasn't won anything. But you know the list, man. I just look at all these people are like, you know, he's throwing 3,000 yards, 4,000 yards, having all these touchdowns, not that many interceptions. And I just ask myself, well, if that's the case, right? If he's just crushing everybody in yards and stats and everything, and his stats are just better than every other quarterback in the NFL, right? Why is he never considered to be an MVP? You know, why is he never in the conversation? Now, I know there's a bunch of Vikings fans that hate him. You know, there's a bunch of media that just don't like the Vikings in general. But, I mean, it just doesn't seem like a realistic thing to say, you know, Kirk Cousins just absolutely gets the most hate out of any player in the NFL. No, there's something missing. I mean, it's plain to see. Something is missing, okay? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. Now, can a team win with Kirk Cousins? I believe we can. So that's what I'm saying this year. I believe we can win with him, but we won't win because of him. So we're banking on, you know, the defense being average, the running game being average, and Kevin O'Connell's system and the schedule. There's a bunch of factors that are going to have to be put in place for Kirk Cousins to have a Super Bowl winning type season, right? Because he is not considered a Super Bowl type quarterback, you know, like, and I just have these debates with people, man, and I'm not a Kirk hater. I'm definitely not a Kirk stan. You know, I'm just in the middle, man. I just am a Vikings fan that realizes we got number 8 as our quarterback. And the facts is the facts, man. The evidence are the evidence. I watch games on Sundays, every single Vikings game, and there's a lot of times where I wish we had another guy under center. I mean, I'm just being honest, man. I watch other teams, and I'm like, yo, I wish we had somebody like that. Somebody that can overcome the pressure. All right, that's the main thing, man. Somebody that can overcome the pressure. Somebody that won't crumble when the game is on the line, okay? And if for anybody that can't see that and can't realize that, they're just in denial, man. They're in denial, and that's okay. But you know what? The facts are the facts. If you go read any article ranking quarterbacks, man, they all will pretty much state the same thing. And I'm going to post a couple right here, all right? We got one right here. We got one right here. We got another one right here. We got another one right here. We got some more right here and some more right here, right? These are all articles just stating that Kirk Cousins is good, not great. He just won't ever be able to win that big game. And that's all I'm saying. Now, to end this video off, I'm going to say that a lot of these articles don't have faith in him this year. But this year, RAP is riding with him. And I mean that, bro. And I mean that. I'm going to ride with the boy this year. But if things happen the same way, I'm done hearing the excuses, man. We got to look into the future. And I'm sure every other Vikings fan will be on my bandwagon if it plays out the same way. All right. But I'm optimistic, man. I think it's going to happen way better. We're going to have a great season. We're taking the North. Kirk Cousins is going to throw for 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns. JJ's going to turn up. Cook's going to turn up, man. It's just going to be a hell of a season. We almost there, man. Hey, y'all leave y'all comments down in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel about Kirk, man. Do y'all think Kirk is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, or is he just the best average quarterback ever? Because that's kind of what I got him at. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Appreciate everybody for tapping into the Purple Pocket Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on. Purple Gang.